Many of the buildings in Amsterdam have these nice little balconies with little railings or guards, window guards and stuff, which are very ornate. I'm going to zoom in on some of these on building 7 on the right so that we can see some of these because these were pretty ornate. And there you see them. There's 2 sets right there. Okay? And actually there's a few. The ones on top are different from the ones down here, which are different from the ones down here. See? A whole bunch of different ones, different railings. Now, these railings really required the use of Illustrator. You could do them in Photoshop, but it's just so much easier in Illustrator. I'm going to switch over to Illustrator right now and show you what's involved. Here's the file of the railings for building 7. Now, here's the window, and these 2 pertain to the little balconies. Now, up here, this one is where I've sized them down. I work much larger than I need, makes it easier on the eye and the files and so on. And then when I'm done, I shrink them down to the size that I need. And even then, once they're brought into the Photoshop file, they get distorted and twisted around and shrunk even more so that they fit exactly where they need. As I shrink them, they tighten up the resolution. It just will conform to the resolution of the file, and it's easier to go down than it is to go up. If I work small and then blow it up in Photoshop, it's not going to look as good as if I go in the opposite direction. Start big and shrink it down. Okay, it's just like taking a 35 millimeter photograph and try to make it into the cover of a magazine. Doesn't work as well, okay, because you're dealing with very tiny little picture as opposed to a big giant picture. 35 millimeter, and that's for those people who still remember film. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here and create a railing. Now, this is why Illustrator makes it a lot easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little line here, and let's make it a 5-point line. And it's going to go straight up and down like that. And that's the beginnings of my little railing. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to give it a little curly Q because you said there was quite a few of those in the image. So we can give it a little curly Q. And we have little lines with little boxes that we can make and all kinds of things. But here under the line tool, we have the little spirals. So I'm going to go in there and there's a spiral. So I'm going to go in here and it still remembers that I'm working with 5 points. So I'm going to go in here and just create this little spiral. And it's going to be just like this. There you go. That's going to be our spiral. So let me grab it and put it in position where I want it. I want it to line up right there with that. Now, I don't want that many spirals. So after it's done, I can easily go in there and say, let's start knocking out parts that we don't want. So I'm going to take away a few of these, and let's just say we take away that one too. There's the spiral that I want. And right beneath that, we'll put, say, a little circle or maybe 2 circles, whatever. It doesn't matter. But right now we're going to do just 1 circle. I'm going to draw it right from here. Let's get it nice and round, okay? And this one we're going to not have it perfectly on line with it because this one is going to be a little off. And let's move it over just a little. There we go. It's just touching the top and bottom. There they are. So I can even maybe possibly shrink it down just a little bit, just so that it's in line with that other one right there like that, okay? So now that I have that, what I can do is very quickly grab these and copy them over, just like this, just so that they're right in there, just like they were on the other side, just like that, see? Now, once I have it, I can just say Command-D, Command-D, Command-D. And there you can see where I have quite a few of them. Then on the top, I can very quickly just create another little thing, which will say, let's deselect that last one, and we'll reverse this so it's filled with black, and I'll just create the top railing just like that. See? And we'll go right about there. Okay. So now that we have that, I can take these 2 pieces right here, those 2, and throw them away. And there's our little railing. And that's how easy it is to start to create the basic shapes that you want using some of the primitives that are here and so on. And if you want those little guys to be a little more of a curve to them, so I can go in there and grab those, right? And I just go into my line controls right here. And let's go in here and in the stroke, let's bring this, expand this down, show my options, and I can say I want it to end with a little rounded tip, just like that. And there you can see that now we have the nice little rounded edges at the ends of our curly cues. Now, in the next movie, what we're going to do is we're going to take this railing and bring it into Photoshop, where we're going to add dimension and depth.